My apologies for the lack of the AEW Dynamite review last night. My reasoning for there not being a review last night was because I fell asleep. I know that sounds crazy, but it's absolutely true. It was during the Bryan Danielson and Timothy Thatcher match while they were doing their little technical standpoint. By this point, I'm already in and out of sleep, and by this point, I had fallen fully into the depths of sleep to where by the time I woke up, it was 11:30, and that's when I was like, "Oh crap! Oh crap!" I got to do a Dynamite review, but it was 11:30 at night. I always like to get my reviews out as soon as the show ends as possible, so I was like, I guess I'm not gonna do an AEW Dynamite review. So I highly recommend when you watch a wrestling show, no matter what wrestling company you watch, do not watch a pay-per-view or a wrestling show when you're laying in your bed comfortably because you are going to fall asleep, especially if you haven't been in your bed all day. So to make up for the lack of Dynamite review last night, I wanted to give you guys some content. What better way to do that is, well, to give you guys some, well, wrestling news. And I don't usually do this in a while. I'll do this every once in a blue moon, just to talk about the latest wrestling news. And with a lot of wrestling news going on, I was like, let me give it to you, especially on this Thursday. So let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. So the first topic I want to talk about here is the Guerrero family. That's right, guys. Vicky Guerrero and the daughter of the late great Eddie Guerrero, Shaw Guerrero, I think that's how you pronounce her first name. They were asked on social media about this whole Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio storyline and how Dominic has, been pretty much mentioning Eddie, kind of copying Eddie some way, shape, or form, his mannerisms, his just the whole storyline in general. And they're not a fan of it, okay? Quite plain and simple. Vicky Guerrero was like, I'm tired of hearing Dominic compared to Eddie. He will never be Eddie in any way, shape, or form. It's plain disrespectful. Again, the daughter, Shaw Guerrero, she was like, it's seriously stupid. It's BS. Like, so they are not fans of this storyline. And to be honest with you, this could be a work that they could just be working the fans, the way to get Dominic more heat. But if they're not, I kind of find it quite funny that they're getting upset over this little incident. But they didn't get upset when Randy Orton, said that, Eddie's not in heaven, but he's in hell. Or they didn't get mad when Randy tried to kill The Undertaker with Eddie's freaking vehicle. Or Batista when he was like, when he told Rey Mysterio in that promo that Eddie's dead. So clearly they were okay with all those other mentions of Eddie being used to get cheap heat or to get heat in general. But they're mad at, the son of Rey's closest friends, of Eddie's closest friends, Rey Mysterio, using to get Hill heat. I just find it quite funny. But, it is what it is at the end of the day. Koto Ibushi, his contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling expired yesterday, and he is officially a free agent, and he will be making his post-New Japan appearance, and it will be in March at the GCW WrestleMania little events they have going on. But he will be showing up at the GCW event, Josh Barrett's Bloodsport, and Joey Janela's Spring Break. Now, maybe someone can mention this in the comment section for me because I already forgot who he's facing at the Spring Break pay-per-view, but I believe at Bloodsport, he's facing Speedball Mike Bailey. And I don't know about you guys, but Speedball Mike Bailey is criminally underrated, and I think a match between him and Kota Ibushi is going to be something that the GCW fans are definitely going to be in for a treat. Samoa Joe wins the TNT title. So Samoa Joe is once again the king of television. Now, first things first, I want to address Samoa Joe and Darby Allin. I did go back and watch their match early this morning. What a match it was. I mean, no holds barred, chaotic. Samoa Joe's been killing it so far, I ain't gonna lie. Samoa Joe has been impressing the hell out of me lately. But I asked, why? Why is Samoa Joe the TNT champion again? Because Darby just won the title, and now you give it back to Samoa Joe. This better not be a thing where they're hot potatoing the belt, and now you got Wardlow coming back, and Wardlow might win the championship back, which would be even more just like, oh. So, I don't know. Hot potatoing the belt, I've never really been a big fan of that. So, what's the case in this point? They're doing it again. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, it was a really good match, but Joe winning the title again, it's just, I don't know. I mean, he's gonna have a good run, obviously, but we'll see. We got some big plans for WWE week. Obviously, this is the week where they're getting into the WrestleMania 39 festivities, and one of the things that WWE will be doing is that the WWE superstars will be going on Wheel of Fortune. Pictures have already circulated online, even some videos. But we have Liv Morgan, we have Bayley, we have Big E. Theory was even on there as well with his championship. So they're going to be making some appearances on Wheel of Fortune. So that should be really interesting to see. We all know how the WWE always likes to go all out during WrestleMania week by having their superstars show up on shows like Wheel of Fortune, like ESPN Sports Center or, Good Morning America or the Today Show, which is, then again, it's usually after the day after WrestleMania. But either way, that's going to be really interested to see. If you saw, I put in the title of the video, sad news for Aliyah fans because no matter if how you feel about Aliyah, she does have some fans out there. And I say that because Aliyah has been out with a rib and ACL sprain since September, but since the October 27, 2022, she has been medically cleared to compete. So why is it that Aliyah is medically cleared to compete? She's all right. She's good. She has the green light, 3 to be in fact. And yet, why is she not on TV? Well, WWE gave Aliyah the clear old sign that, hey, creative has no plans for her, and that's the reason why she hasn't been on TV since then, is because WWE does not have no plans for Aliyah. I'm not surprised. I mean, Aliyah hasn't necessarily been the best, and it's like most of her stuff hasn't really been the best. Like, they've tried to give her opportunities, like, we saw it in their feud with Natalya, but as we saw, that didn't really go anywhere. So they're just like, sorry, Aliyah, but we don't have no plans for you. You're just gonna have to wait it out until we can find maybe some way or another. But even I don't even know. Like, if I was a part of the creative team, and no offense to Aliyah, like, she does seem like a really good person in real life, which is dope, and she clearly loves her fans. But even I probably wouldn't really know what to do with her because it's like, like she hasn't necessarily been all that best. She hasn't really been, like, obviously a lot of fans have been saying this about Leah for years, that she has not really been that good for years now. I mean, she was in NXT for like 15 years, longer than John Cena's been in the WWE, and it's like she didn't really do anything there, and it's like she didn't improve or get better, and from the fans' perspective, But we'll see if they do have plans for her or if she just continues to remain off TV. The final topic I want to talk about here today, I don't want to get too long here, but also last night on AEW Dynamite, Jade Cargill is officially 50-0. She is 50-0. She defeated Red Velvet to retain her TBS championship. And honestly, it was a cool moment for her daughter and stuff, but like, I low-key didn't care about it. Because like, they didn't, I'm going to be real with you all, and this is from my perspective, I feel like they didn't really do that much to really hype Jade Cargill's, I mean, like, you're 50-0. Don't you think it would be presented as more of a big deal that you do become 50-0? But it's like Jade Cargill, like, most of her matches are pretty one-sided. It just seems that, again, with Jade Cargill being 50-0, it would be presented as a big deal. And granted, her daughter was out there and stuff. That was a cool moment, like having her daughter and stuff be out there. But like, outside of that, it just was just kind of it just felt like, oh, Jade Cargill wins again. And I don't really see anybody in that women's division outside of Chris Statlander really beating her. And it's not like Red Velvet was going to beat her in any way, shape, or form. So we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Again, I apologize for the lack of Dynamite. Hopefully this video can kind of make up for the lack of that review last night. Definitely there will be a SmackDown review tomorrow. And then, of course, we got NXT this weekend as well. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so, yeah.